So welcome everyone. So in the last class we looked into this one, the Konix Bridge problem. Konix, it is a city in Russia, and there were seven bridges built to a river Pregal. And people from that city, they are very much crazy of finding the solution of this problem. Starting from a particular point of the any highland, passing through all bridges exactly once, then they have to reach the initial point after crossing all these bridges exactly once. They should not overcross any bridge. So people tried to solve this problem for a long time, but it was unsolved. During 1735, Euler tried to solve this problem. What he did was he write this situation using lines and points. So the equivalent graph he got is this one. So here reds represent the bridge built across the river, and point represent highland. So there were four islands, one, two, three, and this inner one. So 4 points and 7 bridges. Now, so solving this bridge problem is same as solving a problem associated with this graph that is given by starting from any point out of these four. We have to pass all these edges exactly once and have to reach the initial point. So he tried several times, then finally he concluded that this problem has no solution if number of edges or number of edges is odd. If you have even number of edges, then only this has a solution. So finally, any such situation with odd number of bridges is unsolved, that you cannot solve. If there are only even number of bridges, then it will be having some solution. So this problem is the basic for the invention of new branch in mathematics, that is graph theory. So the simple model I took from this idea is two points that are joined by a line. So here I have taken committee 1, committee 2, and there is some relationship between these two committee, means we have to draw some line to represent there is some relation between those two. This is the simple model. So now comes the definition of graph. A graph, usually represented by G, is a collection of two sets V and E, where members of V are called vertices or nodes, and members of E are called edges. And actually the edges of G are unordered pair of vertices of G. Here I have an example. Here G is a graph with vertex at W, X, Y, Z. So these are called vertices, and W is called a vertex, or X, Y, Z vertex. E1, E2, E3, E4 up to E7. These are the lines that joins any two vertices of G. So here E6, that is going to join the vertex X and the vertex Y. So these are called edges. Sometimes in place of E6 we can just write XY. XY means it is an edge joining the vertices X and Y. So similarly for this one, WY you can write. So WY means it is an edge that joins vertex W with the vertex Y. So there is an equivalent definition which involves three sets. So this is maybe a bit confusing, don't worry about this. Now loop and multiple edges. So we have a graph. Graph means it is a collection of vertices and edges, that's all. Now suppose two vertices are joined by two or more edges, then we say that edges are multiple edges. See here we have these two vertices that are joined by two edges. You may write three edges or four edges. So if two vertices are joined by at least two edges, then we say that graph has multiple edges. But look into this. These two vertices are joined by a single edge. So these two, I have only one edge. If any two vertices have multiple edge, we say that the graph itself has multiple edge. ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಗೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇವೆ. ನಾವು ಸಪೋಸ್ a vertex is joined to itself, then we say that the graph has a loop. So this is a difference between multiple edge and loop. If two vertices are joined by two or more edges, then we say that graph has multiple edges. If a vertex is joined to itself, or there is an edge that connects a vertex with itself, then we say that graph has a loop. Simple graph. Any graph that is not having multiple edges, that is not having loop, is called a simple graph. So any graph that should not possess any multiple edge. So if you take any two vertices, they can have at most one edge between them. There may not be edge. That is also a possible case. So it should not have two or more edges between them, and there should not be any edge that joins a vertex with itself. Such graph are called simple graph. We had one more condition also here, that is finiteness, that is given here. Finite graph. Whenever we say that a graph is simple, usually we will consider that graph is also finite. So what is the finite graph? Any graph having only finite number of vertices, whatever the number of edges, we don't worry about it. Any graph having only finite number of vertices is called a finite graph. If it has infinite number of vertices, then it will be an infinite graph. So that's about finite graph. Sometimes when we say that a graph is simple, we assume that graph has no multiple edge, that graph has no loops, and that graph has finite number of vertices. So usually we assume this. By a simple graph, we mean a graph with finite number of vertices, without no multiple edges and loops. Next, we have two vertices. Here we have an example also, A, B, C, D. Two vertices. If there is a edge between those two vertices, then we say that those two vertices are adjacent, or they are neighbors of each other. If there is no edge between those two vertices, then we say that those two vertices are not adjacent. If any two vertices connected by a line or connected by an edge, then we say that those two vertices are adjacent. Here in this graph, A and B are adjacent, B and C are adjacent, B and D are adjacent, but A and D are not adjacent because there is no line or edge that connects A and D. By an edge we mean a line that joins two vertices. So this is about adjacency. So two vertices are adjacent if there is a line joining those two vertices. And similarly, if this line is adjacent to this vertex, then we say that this line incident to vertex A. So if two vertices have a line between them, then we say that two vertices are adjacent. If the line is joined to a vertex, then we say that this line is incident to this vertex. So connection between line and vertex is referred by the word incident, and joining of two vertices is referred by saying adjacency. So once again we came into this one, a finite graph. Null graph. Null graph means a graph without any edges and having only one vertex. So that is we call as null graph. Connected and disconnected graph. Usually we don't use null graph in our discussion, so we don't worry about this one. So next important factor or parameter of graphs is connected and disconnected graph. Suppose you have a graph and take any two arbitrary vertices. If it is possible to connect from vertex A to vertex B, A and B are arbitrary say, by traversing any path, then we say that that graph is connected. You can take a simple example here. I have vertex A here and I have vertex D. Now we have a direct edge between these two, direct link between A and D. Suppose even if this edge is not there, then the vertex A can be reached from D by traversing this path, D to E, then B, then A. So if it is possible to traverse from one vertex to another vertex throughout the graph, then we say that that graph is connected. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಥ್ರೂ ಎಡ್ಜಸ್ ಹೋಗೋ ಥರ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಥರ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲುಕ್ ಇಂಟು ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎನಿ ಪಾತ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಡ್ಜಸ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎ ಟು ಬಿ. ಎ ಇಂದ ಬಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ದಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ and this one is connected, and this one is connected. And one more important parameter is degree of a vertex. A degree of a vertex is defined to be number of edges incident to that vertex. Here see, you have this vertex, so number of edges incident to this vertex is 1 and degree of this vertex is 1. Similarly, degree of this vertex is 1. Now look into this. The degree of this vertex is 2 because two edges are incident to A, and degree of this vertex is 2. Degree of this vertex 2. Degree of this vertex 2. Now coming to this. Degree of this vertex is 1 and degree of this vertex again 1, 1, 1, 2. That is one more parameter, degree of the vertex. Next I will discuss some special types of graphs. The most important one is complete graph. Complete graph, that is connected graph, a simple connected graph. The actual definition of complete graph: a graph in which every pair of vertices is adjacent. That is called a complete graph. Write the vertex set, then draw edges between every possible pair of vertices. That will be a complete graph. This one, a complete graph, that is usually represented by capital K subscript 1. Subscript represents number of vertices. This will be K2. Here I have 3 vertices. So just draw a line between every pair of vertices. So this is K3, complete graph on 3 vertices, complete graph on 4 vertices. K5, complete graph on 5 vertices, 6, 7, 8. So we have complete graphs K1 to K7 listed here. Directed graph. So the graph that we discussed till is an undirected graph that has no direction. If you assign a direction to edges of G, the graph, then we call that graph as directed graph. Here we have this a directed graph. Here this vertex is moving from here to here. This moves from here to here. This has bidirectional edges. So as I said earlier, we can define degree of a vertex here also. If the edge is directed towards the vertex, then we call that as in degree. If the edge is directed from that vertex, then we call that as out degree. So look into this vertex. Here there is an edge that directed from this one. This is going out of this vertex. So this is out degree. And here there is an edge that moves towards this vertex. This is called in degree. So this vertex has in degree 1, out degree 1. And look into this. Both edges are coming towards this vertex. So this has in degree 2 and out degree is 0. And this one vertex, one edge is moving towards the vertex and one is going from the vertex. So again in degree 1, out degree is also 1. Weighted graph, that is not there for your syllabus. Complement of a graph. Complement of a graph, that is one more parameter associated with graphs. Suppose you have a graph G with the vertex at V, edges at E. To find its complement, you have to keep vertex set as it is, no change in the vertex set, and replace the edge set by its complements. In the sense, I'll explain with an example. I have this graph and I need to find the complement of this graph. So I have to write the same vertex set. ಏನು ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ವರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಇವೆರಡು ನೋಡಿ, ಯು ಮತ್ತು ವೈ, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಅನ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಇಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಅನ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್. ಯು ಟು ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ, ಹಿಯರ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ. ನಾವು ರೈಟ್ ಅನ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ. ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್, so here don't write an edge. Next come to V. V ಇಂದ Y ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, X ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, W ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ V ಇಂದ Y ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ X ಬಂತು. W ಬಂದರೆ W ಇಂದ X ಗೆ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, Y ಗೆ ಒಂದು, Y ಮತ್ತೆ U ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. X ಇಂದ ಬಂದರೆ Y ಬರಲ್ಲ, U ಬರಲ್ಲ, V ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ usually denoted by G bar, sometimes we use G dash, is a graph obtained by writing same vertex set and replacing all its edges by its complements. Or by complement of a graph we mean a graph in which two vertices are adjacent if and only if they are not adjacent in the original graph. The complement is defined to be a graph in which two vertices are adjacent if and only if those two vertices are not adjacent in the original graph. Subgraph. So we have a graph. Now I can write a subgraph from that. So how can we write a subgraph? So there are two types of subgraphs. One is induced subgraph, another one is spanning subgraph. Induced subgraph means you can, okay, let us look into subgraphs first. Suppose you have a graph here G. You just type any edge B, DC have taken here, DC, this one they have taken, that is the part of this original graph. If you take any part of that original graph, that you can treat as subgraph. Here this part we have taken, that is a subgraph, and this part A, E and B, C, D. This is also a subgraph of the original graph. By subgraph we mean a graph obtained from the original graph by deleting some vertices or edges. So how this graph is obtained from this? By deleting A, B, C, A, B, E, D. If you delete these four vertices, when you delete two vertices, obviously you have to delete the edge joining those two vertices. If you delete this vertex B, then you have to delete this edge, this one and this one, this one. So when we remove a vertex, we have to remove all edges incident to that vertex. Subgraph of the original graph is a graph that is obtained by deleting some vertices or edges of the original graph. So now time being, I will stop here. So in the next class I will discuss what you mean by an induced subgraph and example for that, and spanning subgraph and an example for that. Thank you.